Do you never watch Fish Addictions TV?
No.
So I'm a killer, Thor.
That's what I meant. I'm not. Jim and I have only kissed.
We all hope to have the bush at some point in our life, whether it's on the water or not.
Intense.
Like a goddamn circus fire.
And now, coming at you live from the Fish Addiction Studio, your hosts, Mike Olson and Thor Skoy, with Fish Addictions, The Real Talk.
What's up, guys? This is Mike, Thor, and Travis with Fish Addictions, The Real Talk. This is the second time I did it. Thor had us muted. I say we talk through the whole intro. Thor says he doesn't know if it's going to work. Travis doesn't care. Actually,
literally, zero cares.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about Thor getting a haircut.
Yep.
You got a partial today, though.
I did.
Yeah, he cheated. Like, let's just start it off right off the bat. He cheated because he was worried I was going to cut his ears.
Billy Ray Snyrus over there.
You know that Mike cutting my ears off with a freaking sheep shears is a legitimate.
You actually you took it too far though.
How
Yeah,
is
you
that too
did.
far?
Like,
so
I
it
had to clean
doesn't
it up a
like
little
it's
bit.
past the mullet phase. Like it's totally like
Yeah.
90s grunge band. You look like Kurt Cobain right
Oh
now.
yeah,
So here's what I'm thinking. Because he cheated,
that's not.
we're going to shave this in stages. Like, people are going to say, shave this part of Thor's head. And we're going to do it throughout the podcast today. And by the end of the podcast, we'll see what we end up with.
Yeah.
Faces excluded.
We're gonna send him home with however the audience wants him to go home as.
Love the shirt.
Thank you. It's an AFTCO shirt.
Yeah.
Bongo drums.
Hey, is that the shirt you were wearing like a couple weeks ago when everybody was talking about your chest hair you don't have?
Yes.
Whoa, there
Oh, look at that.
Keep
Yes, it
it
is.
buttoned up. Keep it
Jeepers.
buttoned up.
Turns out there is another button.
That's
that
a
I didn't-
man.
there
That's
is-
a man
There
right
is
there.
another button that I didn't know existed.
So we're going to shave Thor's head tonight. That's the first thing. We're going to talk a little bit about the new line of rods coming out from Savage Gear that we had a lot of questions about that after we kind of just talked about it a little bit last week. A lot of questions coming this way. So we'll talk a little bit about that if you guys got questions. H2H Fishing kicked off this week. They've been getting huge crowds. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Tournament fishing has been making me miss tournament fishing a little bit. So we'll talk a little bit to H2H if you guys want to talk about. And we're still getting a ton of questions about Erie trip. And rightfully so. What are you laughing about?
This Jim Nolan says to give me the Friar Tuck haircut.
What is it? Google it. I want to see it. The Friar Tuck haircut. So Thor needs to figure out how to get this so you guys can see what he's looking at. So
No, I don't.
yeah, well, he should.
You need better internet then.
Friar what?
Friar. Oh,
It's gonna be too late because I already did my ears.
yeah, he cheated and shaved the sides off. So he kind of cheated on that already. But I do kind of like that.
I think we should do the top bald. But yeah, you took the sides, man. You took the fun out of it all.
How is that taking the fun out of it? Because my ears aren't.
No,
gonna
I
be
wanted
clean?
you to look like a carnival worker, like long hair, bald on top.
I mean,
that's
you
what I
could-
wanted.
You could leave the back.
Yeah.
The back is the longest part. The longest part of my hair is right here.
Well, I know. I can see it. You're like a Ken doll over there.
Oh yeah, far from.
I'm not looking forward to
The
this.
flow.
Thor is the Ken doll that
Flow's about to go slow.
you're gonna look.
Do you stack up on
So,
sunscreen or what?
Thor told us like what a month ago that when he made this bet, I was like, "You're gonna look terrible bald." He's like, "I look pretty good bald."
I got a good bald head.
No,
Thor was a
no.
swimmer.
He's maybe
I
got
did-
a good.
Thor
bald
was
I
a
head.
did- I
swimmer,
never
and
said-
swimmers are always bald.
I never said that I would look good bald. I said I have a good bald head. They're
I have an
different
awful
things.
bald head. I have like 6 butt cracks like going through my
You got,
scalp.
you got the lumps and things.
Awful. Awful. I look like ET when I shave my head.
Speaking of good cuts, though, yours still look fresh. Take your
Yeah.
head off. Show it to
Yeah,
the
it's not
folks.
bad.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a father of 4.
Right there. Yeah, that's dad bod style right there.
It's a clean.
Did you
cut.
get your beard professionally trimmed and everything like that?
Oh, when you go to the barber, it's like, we'll hit it up.
I mean, right?
It's a little lopsided, but
I'd blame the jeans, not the cutter.
good chance. Good chance. I got beard colics.
Well, he
and whatnot.
complained about it all through Erie, and like the whole way home, he was like, "I'm gonna go. I'm gonna impress the wife, and I'm gonna go."
Yeah.
Did you surprise her?
Yeah. It was like a surprise FaceTime, like, hey.
You FaceTime.
That's how lame we are.
You didn't just like see her?
Sometimes I walk into the house and she's like, well, look at that. I feel like she would melt more, but what do you do?
Oh,
You can't have it all.
guys, share this so we cut Thor's hair. We're gonna do a little. Jeez. Hey, you got the boat in and got your boat fixed and ready to go.
Yeah, now it's full of snow.
So don't you have a cover for it?
Not a good enough one that's worth putting on for
what?
with my boat.
Oh,
Because the travel cover that I have is
you know what the best cover I
fit
found for a boat? Not owning a boat. Boats scare the shit out of me.
Yes.
Feel like I'm in a slow deflating raft.
why?
I'm just not a boat guy.
I think you need to buy a boat.
Here's the thing. I don't mind boats when the water's like, I could tread water here for a while and not die of hypothermia, but
This is the reason everybody should share tonight's podcast, because we are definitely doing this tonight with Thor. Are you scared?
how bad do you think that thing's gonna pull?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Like, I am scared of the sheep shears. I'm not scared of like being bald or whatever. Like, I'm exclusively scared.
There's no way you
scared
slept
of-
okay last night.
Scared enough that he shaved the side so I didn't cut his ear off.
Yeah. Yeah. You use that for your dogs. You don't even use it on your own kids.
I would never put my kids through this.
That's why I cut the sides.
Colby wants me to go bass fishing with you guys, and I'm not doing it. Thor, Colby, if I go bass fishing with anybody, it's got to be Thor, because he has been bugging me about doing a tournament with him all winter. Like, I think he's like, hey, I'm going to do a tournament with you. You do a tournament with me. I don't think that's a fair trade-off.
Why?
Because
what
turn.
is it about bass fishing that you hate though?
I don't hate bass fishing.
So what is it though?
I just don't have the time for it.
It's like 6
I mean,
hours
that's
on a
realistic.
Saturday.
It's just odd to me because 95% of the people don't keep bass. I don't know a lot of people that keep bass. And I don't know how many times we've been fishing and I'm just like, you're not going to keep that. We should eat that. Like, I like eating fish. You're like, well, we can catch more tomorrow.
That's kind of what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, so everybody always gives me crap for not keeping fish. Well, first year filming Fish Addictions TV, I got to tell the story because like everybody always asks, why are you throwing them back? Why don't you keep them? First year of filming Fish Addictions TV, we were on the road and we were on the road a lot. And it seemed like I was filming or doing something with different people.
Yep.
Every couple days, I'd switch the people I was doing stuff with.
Yep.
And everybody was always excited about having a fish fry. If you're just filming with the same guys and you're doing fish fries all the time, it gets old. The problem was I had new people all the time. So I was always like, fish fry. And I'm like,
yes,
let's do a fish fry. And then like it got to the point where it was like,
the burnout rate on walleye.
do you guys mind if I order a burger or grill a burger? I still like fish, but I'm very conscious about eating it continuously. So, and I'm very picky about it. It made me very, very picky eating that many. You had good, you had bad, you whatever, take it or leave
Well, that's the
it.
thing when you do a fish fry 4 to 6 times a year. It's like, it's just always good because it's, you know what I mean?
Wait, we have to plan a fish fry.
Yeah.
Because we brought some fish back from here.
Yep. Yeah, we do. We can do it in my garage.
I think Trav just invited everybody out here to his garage.
Come on out. Come on out. It's clean right now. Should be clean for another 15 minutes and then it'll be toast again. But,
Oh, is Brandon on?
Brandon is here.
We have to thank him. I got to put this right behind us. Brandon, we got the box. So Brandon won our ultimate fishing giveaway, and he sent us this. Pretty dang cool.
That's a fan right there.
This is awesome.
This guy wins something free and then gets that built.
So Laser Cuts is who made this,
Stud.
one of his buddies. I'll bring it up to the camera so everybody can see, but it's pretty dang cool. We're gonna hang this behind us here in the studio so people can see it.
Is it the right colored ice house too?
Yeah,
I mean the detail.
white. That's awesome.
Nuts.
Thank you for sending us that. I'm gonna Laser Cuts with a Z.
Is that a bass on that thing, Mike?
Oh, shut up, Travis. My God.
Is that a smallie? That's a smallie.
Quit it.
I did that for you, Thor. I
Thank
did that
you.
for you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Other way, Mike.
He's showing off the
Oh,
brand.
yeah.
Okay, now show it the other way, though, so people can see it better. There you go. Now just leave it there.
Yeah, just stay there
Just stay
for the
right
rest of the night.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I'll center it so I can see. Okay.
Yeah,
Right there.
perfect.
Yeah, I'll dupe in. Hey.
Perfect.
That's super cool.
Thank you, Brandon. That was awesome. That is awesome. How about the state record largemouth bass? I suppose you caught it, huh, Kobe? Just kidding. But I want to talk a little bit about H2H fishing, head-to-head fishing, walleye fishing. I'm going to talk you guys through it. These guys probably haven't been watching. Have you been watching, Thor?
Head to head?
Yeah.
No.
Not at all?
No.
The what? I'm totally in a daze over here. Sorry.
Have you watched head-to-head fishing at all?
Mm.
Okay. So
No, I don't watch a lot of walleye fishing tournaments.
guys, help me out here.
What?
My gosh.
I was watching Jason Christie when that's not even true. I don't like watching the Sabine River, so I didn't even watch the elites this weekend. But
No, but you want to talk like MLF type style.
Yep.
That's what walleye fishing is doing for head to head.
right.
It's on the Detroit. You don't even care. Do you guys care?
No, I'm reading comments.
I-
Ross is on his way right now.
Yeah.
Almost drove over to watch the cutting live. Come on over, Ross, if you're in town. Come on over.
No, I understand the premise of head to head. I just haven't watched
And
it.
I know you're not an MLF fan.
I do like the style of MLF. I don't like Major League Fishing specifically.
Is that like Canadian Major League Football? MLF?
Basically.
You fish with helmets. It's really exciting.
No, I just don't like the organization Major League Fishing in particular.
No, but I think H2H is doing a really, really good job. Last year they kind of went into it slowly and introduced it to everybody and then jumped into it but really didn't have a chance to spread it out. So it was all in one area. So I think it got a little monotonous in the end. But got some really good friends that are fishing it. Max Wilson, Joe Okada, Brett King, Justin Snyder, who got knocked out of the Elite Eight today. I shouldn't forget anybody in there, but
That was really nice of you to rub that in.
Randy Gaines. Well, so that he got knocked
I'm
out.
sure
No,
he's
that's
not
awesome.
salty.
Well, no, it's 32. It's 32 anglers, and he made it to the top 8. And that's like, when you hear these guys talk, like it's a whole different type of fishing. Like it's not go out, catch 5 big fish. It's go out there and catch the most pounds in the day of fish over 2 pounds. I haven't watched it from start to finish every day. I've been busy, been doing stuff, but I've watched enough of it and seen enough of it. There was a pretty cool ending yesterday with Joe Okada. Max Wilson's one of my favorite guys in walleye fishing, and he got cut today, but he came back strong, which was really cool. And I'm excited.
Where do you watch this at?
So it's live on Facebook on Head to Head. I think they got it live on YouTube as well. And it just basically it's live all day long. They're in all the anglers' boats, live updates. Somebody catch a fish, there's a live update. And for someone that doesn't isn't watching it, and then they start with 32 teams. They fish 2 days. The top 8 out of the first 2 days makes it to the 8 person bracket, and it goes from 8 to 4 to 2. So today they had the 8 people, they cut it to 4, then obviously tomorrow it'll be cut to 2.
The only update that I saw, and I don't remember the names, was that somebody was winning massively.
Cobe fell in the river today.
Ooh.
Out of his boat. And I did not see it. I heard about it. I did not see it. I would like to see that, but Ross is right. Nick and Isaac are kind of, Isaac Lakich are another Warrior Pro. Congratulations, Isaac. They're kind of spanking a lot of guys right now. There's a few other guys that are right on their tails, but Nick is putting on a clinic, and he's been fishing the same spot all week. And if he continues in that one spot and the fish keep coming in, he's going to be really, really hard to beat. But it's just a really cool, people may not love what's going on, but it's part of the progression of walleye fishing and tournament angling. And I think it's good. I think it's fun to watch. It's something different.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues. And I wish I could be a part of it. It's a lot of time. These guys are putting in 3 days, and then they've got to commit another week. So 3 days of pre-fishing, and then I think that's all I get is 3 days of pre-fishing. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, but I'm pretty sure 3 days of pre-fishing.
And then hopefully a week of tournament fishing.
And then 5 days of tournament fishing. So the first 2 days, all 32 anglers fish, and it's the same 32 anglers all the way through. He didn't fall out. He jumped out of his boat to get his net that fell in. Oh, okay. I just assumed he fell out because they didn't really say exactly what happened.
Water is cold.
Thank you for correcting me.
I would jump in for, what is that RS net that you have that we were using out on Erie?
That sucker would sink straight to the bottom.
But I would
now.
I would not jump in for that other net that we have on Erie.
That thing's
the
like
Beckman?
Yeah.
That's like my favorite net.
the little one.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
No, I'll jump
What's
in.
wrong with that one?
Oh,
It's
it looks like
shorter.
something. It looks like something my kids would drag around the yard and make bubbles with.
I know that they're nice nets, but I would rather have the other one.
It's so much lighter. Like,
Yeah, but the other one's longer.
So much
It's got a
easier to
bigger
miss a
peg.
fish.
Yeah,
Also,
Travis almost dorked my fish off
I
with
did.
the Beckman.
I did.
I mean, you double netted fish with the
No, that was with the RS.
with
Two
the
of
RS,
those
man.
fish would not have fit in the smaller net.
Well, that's fine. That smaller net's for jigging walleyes, doing that kind of stuff. The RS net's
two
for
great white sharks.
for trolling.
Yeah.
Great Lake sharks.
Great white sharks.
Well, there was even guys today that were casting, catching a fish, and like they're on the feed bag so much that they'd catch one, and actually Nick he went to net his fish that he caught and netted another one that was following it. That's how much these.
No
these fish-
kidding.
Does that count as two?
I'm in and out, so I've just heard that this happened. I didn't get to see it. I saw something. There's somebody. I think Target Walleye came and did something.
So were
I
we a
didn't get
week
to
too
watch it.
early? I mean, we had huge luck out there, but
No, because we were right in Erie. We were right before
Okay.
pre-spawn.
Where's the
before
tournament at?
spawn. Detroit
Detroit
River.
River.
okay,
So they were right before spawn.
right.
And so we were catching
Ouch,
these
they had to
females
release it.
just full. No, had to release that. Thank you.
I
Like I
mean-
said, I was watching it. I just didn't see what was going on. But
I mean, that rule makes sense, but I also feel like you should get to count it,
it was pretty cool.
right? I mean, it's not like you were netting a fish on purpose,
Right.
You know, it's like you're walking through the shallows.
Oh, Cody. Those deep fried cinnamon rolls were to die for. Is that a place you've gone before, Cody? I'm sure. He knows about it.
Cody, send me your Venmo, and I'm gonna send you some money, and you should send us some of those.
Make sure they're hot when they get here. Why are we going?
I don't know. I don't know why that keeps.
We should
happening.
drive to Ohio tonight and go get some cinnamon rolls tomorrow morning for breakfast.
Oh, we did that once. And
If-
that was not right.
If we left right now,
Right now,
if we left right now, we would be there in time for breakfast.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially without the old guys in their
I'm
prostates.
gonna
in
pack
the
my
truck behind
clothes
us.
so that I can move in underneath the bridge.
You know,
across the
you got
street.
that. You got the new AFCO 3-in-1 jacket.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
need
saying.
the other clothes.
Yeah,
Can,
I mean,
can
I'm
I be honest with you though? Like I liked this fried cinnamon roll, but our chicken fried steak breakfast was like I could have done without the cinnamon roll just
Dude.
because it was that good.
I don't know. It was like dessert to breakfast that you didn't need dessert for. There was like 8,000 calories in the
Yeah.
chicken fried steak breakfast skillet, and then we topped it off with a cinnamon roll.
I just want to start this so we can like.
You just plug it in and just
Yeah.
shave my head.
No, I'm not just shaving it
Well,
right now.
my mom
suspense.
my mom wants to go to bed.
We have
Cut
to
my
let
hair.
it
Is your
build.
mom on here right now?
Yeah.
Hi, Thor's mom.
She keeps texting me though instead of commenting in
Oh,
the
you got to comment on
in
the
the chat.
live. Are you nervous for your son?
Tell us how proud you are of your sweet little baby boy. I hear you like outlets. That's my thing.
Oh yeah, mom, this is Travis. I was telling you about him. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
That is so loud.
That is going to be so terrible.
That's so loud.
All right. We're going to take the first clip right now. Take your thing off. We're going right. Should we go right down the middle? What should we do? Down the middle, off to the side? How are we starting this?
Cut it 10 minutes at a time. Yes.
I agree.
I don't-
Brandon.
Yes.
I don't want to be here that long.
We're going to be here. We're going to be here as long as it takes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Come on. I mean, just power that up. It's pure power.
Let me
I'm even a little scared.
Just do a swipe right down the middle.
Middle reverse mohawk. Do we have a first aid kit? Is that your dad?
yes. Yes it is.
My wife is a nurse, and hopefully she's watching.
Yeah, right down the middle.
I mean,
I agree,
with this.
Brighton. I agree.
Good to see you got a blood bucket handy.
Catch it before it
What
falls.
are we going? What?
Catch it before it falls on the floor.
Jeremy, as much as I
I
would
just
like to see
figured we'd make you
zigzag
sleep
thunderbolts,
in it.
I don't think we can do that with a sheep shears.
Oh, I can try.
Wait, what?
I can certainly try zigzag thunderbolts.
No, one swipe right down the middle.
Okay.
You do Thunderbolt for that
Are you scared?
one. Yes, do you hear that thing?
I'm laughing too hard. I'm gonna cut an ear off.
Oh, you look so good, Thor. You look so good.
Is that a head trimmer from Greenworks?
So sad.
It could be. It could be for sure.
Dude, you look so good.
That looks so terrible.
You look like somebody that shops at Hot Topic right now with the side shaved and the middle shaved. Oh my gosh. That thing actually does a pretty good job,
It
though.
actually did.
Yeah, it didn't pull it all, did it? I mean,
No.
this thing's like
No,
I don't think sheep would like if you pulled
No?
their hair.
No, they're
This thing's
livestock,
probably
you know?
razor sharp.
All right, what are we in? What's the count on that?
What do you mean? What are we in?
No, like minute
It
wise.
was at 22 minutes.
All right, so 32 minutes. I get to make another swipe.
I've seen worse. Keep her coming.
I feel like I just got scalped.
I mean, I thought we were bicking this thing.
How
right?
cold is your head right now?
It's not.
No?
It's warm in here.
You're gonna be
Alright.
so mad tomorrow.
No, when I'm gonna be mad is when I take a shower when I get home.
When you
And then I
okay,
go like
okay.
this
Hey,
to get the water
let's
out of
lead
my
into
head, and
this.
There's no hair left.
Let's lead into this. You're gonna be so mad when you walk outside because it's 27 degrees outside and it looks like it's freaking January
I'm
out
wearing
there.
shorts.
At 10 horsepower, I don't think there'll be any pulling. Brandon.
Get that
How about a mullet? I say we shave the top and leave the back.
No. We're gonna shave everything but a rat tail,
Ooh.
and it's gonna be a long, beautiful rat tail.
Let me take a picture of you.
I had a high school classmate that his dad told him if he kept his rat tail until he was a senior, he could have his dad's Corvette, and he did. From like, well, it was probably 7th grade. Cole Rohde, I don't know if you're watching, but
skull it. Everybody's saying skull it. I vote for the rat tail.
yes. I mean, if mullets are coming back as good as they are, like the skullet or the tail has to be coming back soon.
Now go across like a big teeth, a big plus sign. All right, Thor.
Here's,
So
here's the skullet.
Oh, jeez. We're certainly doing. That's going to be the end product for sure.
Hi, ma'am. I'm here to put your fence in.
I bet your mom and dad are really impressed right now.
Probably.
Love you,
They've
mom.
They've
Love
seen
you,
it before.
Dad. Oh,
Not
good.
like this, but
So if I'm fishing a bass tournament with you, which one is it going to be?
well, I don't know. We do Union. We could pick any one of the EDAC ones. We could go big.
So there's a
fish
bass
ones
tournament on Lake Union? Really?
It's Union Lake.
Union Lake, Lake Union.
No, that makes no sense.
So what's the difference?
Then
So why is Lake Sakakawea, and Union Lake? Tell me that.
because that's how they named it.
Did they?
I mean, you gonna call it the River Mississippi?
But is it a Minnesota thing? No, because Devil's Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Lake of the Woods. Oh, it just they have different names for different lakes.
But wouldn't it be weird to call it Sakakawea Lake?
It's gross.
That's why we brought the bucket.
It's all there's hair everywhere. Oh, we have a special guest next week too that we're not going to talk to you about, but you want to tune in next week. So we're putting it out there right now. It's going to be just a little bit of staple.
I've heard he is a god among men. I think he's just dropping by though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just going to stop by. Union is Union because it's Union. Great spot.
Suck it.
Wins. There you
Kenton.
go.
Kenton, thanks for joining us. That cutting is awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Really liked it.
We're going to find a spot for it behind us here, but again, pretty cool, guys.
The Travie class.
Yeah. We need big guy.
Oh, you're sitting on that side.
More hair removed or what?
Bucktails with it.
Ooh, I am collecting.
Dude, you do need to make some flies with that.
I have some jigs.
I think there's the new vlog.
There it is from the
but I didn't
mediocre
bring my
fisherman.
vice.
You have a vice?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to bring it here.
Oh.
You vlog it. You go catch a fish with it, preferably a northern pike.
I don't know if it's quite like. No, we could use the back to tie some big predator flies.
Dude, you're getting a rat tail and you're sporting it for at least a week. All right. How many people are in here? 51 people.
54. Are we
If
are we on
25 people,
YouTube as well.
so if 25 people, which is less than half right now, if 25 people right now comment rat tail, Thor has to keep it for at least a week. Just the tail.
What are you putting in exchange?
I mean, a skullet. It's a skullet.
It's either a skullet or a rat tail.
So you guys choose skullet or rat tail.
I'm waiting for the comments.
I am literally looking at Thor envisioning this right now, and I'm like, poor kid. Rat tail. So what one are we fishing? You haven't even thought of it.
I mean, we can just find one. I mean, they're not like national walleye tour events where you have to like pre-plan. We could just decide on Friday which one we want to go fish.
This is so good. I'm loving this right now. It's just blowing up.
It appears as though rat tail is the
That's
answer.
because it's coming in. I'm gonna do the first skullet.
What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I lost count.
Tracy says skullet. I think that was the first female to vote, so we go with Tracy's option.
Cletus clump.
What's a Cletus clump?
I don't even know if I want to Google Cletus clump. Sounds mighty dangerous.
Oh gosh.
You're gonna cut more.
Yeah, are we
Yeah,
at
we'll cut
32
more.
minutes? Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna start talking about what. All right, one more clump.
I would just like it to be done.
You want to do something right?
I'll get it next time. If you tried to walk into Target right now, you would get arrested. I'm just saying, we should send you to Target. If we bicked the top right now, they would not. Don't pull it back.
You cannot.
I'm pulling the loose out.
Like if we bicked the top right now, people would be like, I mean, you would get some serious.
Look sideways for us. Let your hair down. Look sideways.
Let me finish pulling the loose stuff out of here.
All right, now let it dangle. Oh my gosh, you look like you drive a 78 Trans Am.
Is that an insult? I don't think that's an insult. Just saying.
Oh,
You're like,
no,
you
you didn't. No, you didn't.
Is that better or worse?
It's so good, Thor. It is so good.
My potatoes.
In this pandemic.
I mean, he fits right
It
in.
does.
I got a good story. So I go to the chiropractor like once a month, and I went to the chiropractor like 5 months
Yes,
in.
Mike, it is.
5 months into the pandemic, and I lay down on the table and he's doing something. He's like, "Oh, you know," and I've cut my own hair since like for like 13 years, and my wife like cleans it up. And I lay down on the table and he's like, "Oh, you got one of them COVID cuts, huh?" And I'm like, "Look."
You're like, well, actually, that's my normal cut, but good talk.
I was just like, yeah, that's what's going on. So at least can you still blame it on COVID?
Yeah.
I'm playing shit on COVID. I know what
I
caused
think
this.
it looks worse because he shaved the side.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a very thin strip of long hair.
It's really
It's like
nice.
6 hairs thick.
don't try to fancy it up, Joe Dirt. Is that a young
Don't
Ron
church
Jeremy?
it up, Joe Dirt.
Is that a young Ron Jeremy?
Oh.
I see the resemblance.
So that's why I need the big fish stash back.
What is going on here? Why is it not going underneath? Yeah, Ron Jeremy don't have it.
No. That's booked for later. Do that
Huh?
shit at like noon on Sundays. The different set. Do you know who Ron Jeremy is?
Yeah, I know who Ron Jeremy is.
Just making sure. Travis is supposed to make me another drink. And he didn't. But he's on that side of the table.
Oh gosh, we got like 5 minutes before we need to do another. Yeah, Ron Jeremy.
Troy, so to answer your question for how we got to here. So I started working for Fish Addictions in November-ish with 17,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we made the choice to leave Fox Sports North this year. And with that, we knew that we needed to see a massive increase in our YouTube subscriber count. And Mike said he thought we needed to get to 24,000 subscribers this year. And I said, well, how about 30 and you can shave my head?
So we're easing into it.
And so here we are with 30,000 subscribers on YouTube now. Well, 31 and a half, actually.
Wait, can you take your thing off so I can give another picture? We're going to take a picture every time.
And so now we are shaving my head.
So terrible.
And as part of the agreement for Fish, somehow Mike's show becomes more successful and I'm getting bald.
It's like
You look like you have to tell people when you move to a new neighborhood.
Oh, for sure. Tell me, is it better or worse if I wear it like that?
I mean, it's way worse if you just turn to the side. Like, just.
Do I look like freaking Schmeagol?
Are we actually going to talk fishing tonight or what?
I mean, we can get back to it.
I do want to tell you, tomorrow night, we're going live on the runnings page. Thor and myself and Anthony.
We will not be shaving heads on the running
No,
stage.
we will not be shaving heads while doing the runnings page stuff, but please tune in that tomorrow. But there's a lot of things coming up. Like walleye season is it the 14th yet? Walleye season, I think, closes today in Minnesota up on the Rainy River. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure and it's now like sturgeon season. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that.
It was just the one side. Just the one side.
You already cheated before you got here.
No. I was saving my ears. It's different. It's different. Cheating would have been going and having somebody do this professionally without a sheep shears.
That's what you need to do. Aaron you can still do a comb over. Oh yeah, for sure. You got plenty of hair.
Do it on the other side. There it is. Oh, yeah. My name is Juan Valdez.
It's not coming far enough forward.
I'm a huge fan of Colombian coffee.
In order to do this right.
There it is.
All right. In what world is a visor okay anyway?
Most of them.
Nah.
You brought this
Thor,
up.
you probably don't remember these days.
You brought this up when Jay Siemens was on here, and he was on my side.
But back in the early 2000s, do you know how visor? Yep, there it is.
Like I wasn't around for these days.
No, you were 4.
No,
you were
no.
like 4.
No, I was 9.
All right,
I was
close
I
enough.
was walking around Boston, drinking Sprite Remix, acting like I knew something about the world.
Can we touch on that a little bit? I am so
Hold on.
intrigued.
Brian Cons has got a good comment. You're just a fanny pack and Polaroid camera away from looking like a tourist working through Paris.
I'll drink wine. You know I don't like. You know I'm not against cheese.
Malibu's most wanted. Taylor says.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Ooh, you know what that's from?
No.
What movie is that? Inigo Montoya. Indigo Montoya? Is that his name? Killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah, from Princess Bride.
Yeah, that's what it is. Andre the Giant's in there.
No.
I just
Ooh,
found Top
speed up.
Gear. Did you
No,
hear
no.
that?
Like, no.
Does that thing
listen.
have nitrous?
This is what it's been on. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Look how nervous he is.
We're not doing that because
No.
the last one you got the angle wrong and it definitely burned.
Because the blade was getting hot?
No, because you were pulling the hair instead of cutting it. You had the
That's because I was like
All right.
reaching
All
All right,
across.
it's my
angle
turn.
too.
I'm gonna start the skullet,
All right.
and eventually we'll progress to the rat tail.
We got, Don't step on my cord.
No, I won't.
I don't know how you're getting to do this.
I don't know because we're letting him. And turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. It is kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is.
It's just as nerve-wracking from this side. You look terrible.
This is for sure a Florida Man news article. Collect the loose stuff, Travis. Where did it land?
You stand up right now and you shake that off for the camera. That is how dreams are made, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
There's some like hair on the floor.
And now we use this one. Because this is the one he wanted us to use.
Well, in my defense, it would have taken more passes. And then
So
more
this
fun.
is what we need to shave reverse lightning bolts in his head with.
Oh yeah.
There's not enough hair left for reverse lightning
Well,
bolts.
let me see.
Unless you're going to do it on the back, and it's going to ruin the skullet. I told you, there's not enough left.
I know, but it's worth a try.
Your artistic ability is just not there.
So are we done?
I mean, you tried. You make a terrible barber.
That's why I didn't become a barber.
Are we done?
Oh no, it's rat tailing. How many people go back and count how many rat tails there were?
Oh,
There were
but
a
the
lot.
problem was we had like 3 minutes of rat tails, and there's a delay, so all the rat tails came in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how many were there though? Was there 25?
I'm just saying.
Oh, don't ponytail it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
There's like, you guys should check out my man bun.
no.
It's pretty
If we're
sweet.
if we're gonna leave the skullet though, you got to cut to at least here, right? Like this is where the
Robert,
line
he
is.
can shave my head. I
I
already
want to
did
shave
it.
your face.
My face? Ugh.
We went to a wedding a few years ago in Arizona, and I went down there. My beard was way, way longer than this. And our flight got delayed. And for some reason, we had drank enough by the pool that I went into the bathroom and shaved the coolest, longest Fu Manchu mustache I've ever had. And Shannon almost didn't fly home with me. Like, I could ponytail my mustache handles. Like, it was the
Was it one of these?
handlebar
Like,
mustache.
one of the funniest things I have ever heard, and I won't say names, and he can point it. I know he's listening because I saw him comment. But we're driving down to the St. Paul Ice Show, and we're talking about a couple people on our staff. Like, one's like, I'll shave my head. How did that go? Like, I'll shave my head if you grow yours out. Yeah. Sure. And so he calls his wife to not get permission, but to kind of like let her know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And she's like, can't we ever just be normal? Yeah. I imagine your wife doing that to you a lot.
It wasn't even
like a lot.
It wasn't can we be normal? It's can't you be normal for once?
Can't you ever just be normal?
That's the problem. Like, I am not a normal human being. And like, everything we do is like okay, let me correct myself. Everything I do is to a level of extremism. And my wife is the most like laid back, reserved, like saint of a human being. And
she can't be with you. She has to be on her toes, on guard at all times.
Just with me though.
Yeah.
Everybody else though.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, everybody else though. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was Taylor. Can't we just be normal?
All right.
No, I can't. It says normal people buy fish instead of spending thousands on gear. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. We're not normal.
No, none of us.
Although, here's a good question, actually, John. Well, when you guys did that awesome giveaway, you talked about going to Fort Peck. What was the decision process to not go? Sketchy ice. It had a lot to do with the drive out there and what we were getting reports from the people that we were staying with out there, and just the reports that were coming back, and sounded like we were a week late. So we made an audible, went and did that big pike trip, and honestly, like, we all want to go to Fort Peck. We're all going out to Fort Peck this summer. I know Anthony and Taylor and a bunch of the guys.
We have one.
No, you're not. Yeah, you can, but we're just not waiting for you.
Waiting for me.
Ooh.
But we're gonna go out there
My in-laws have a paddle boat that they'd probably let me borrow. That'll be my boat.
I bought a new pontoon today.
Look at you go.
Kind of. I didn't buy one.
We
talked about it. But that was
Peck's
kind of
not even that far away.
It's far enough where if you drive out there and have to turn around and come back.
No, I get it. But it's like you hear a lot about Fort Peck, and
like
I didn't realize it was that far away. No, it's not that far away, is it?
No, it's 8 hours or something like that. We're gonna go and it's a priority to get out there on the ice next year. It's a priority to get there this summer in the boat and Lakers and walleyes and what have you. So we're going. It's one of those things where this winter was such a weird thing. Like, it seemed like every time we had something set in stone, Erie looks like it's freezing. Let's start planning. James gets out there. He catches a giant fish. Kudos to him. We're coming right in hot. We're coming in hot behind him. And it didn't happen. I mean, the ice wasn't that great to begin with. If I remember right, he took a airboat out anyways to where he was at. But we made it out to Erie this spring, which was awesome. These two doofuses in the boat. Dad had to coach them through. You know how many people have texted me, private messaged me that last podcast when you guys calling me dad? Like, they thought that was the funniest thing in the world. And what they don't know is my dad meter was here the whole time. Like, hey, Dad.
Suzuki Pro.
Pro Mike Olson.
Olson.
And AKA Dad.
And then he throws, I show him the picture of what my wrap's going to look like on my boat this year. And he's like, can we just put Suzuki and just put the word pro underneath the words? I'm like,
yeah, so on the motor where it says Suzuki, I just want the word pro underneath the word Suzuki.
And he's just doing it to rub it in.
I mean, would that not be great?
It'd be freaking hilarious.
No. Yeah, for you guys.
For literally everybody.
Not me.
Hey,
yo,
your initials.
I go to the diamond like this. I need bodyguards to keep people off of me.
Hey, Suzuki Pro Mo Mike Olson promo. There it is.
This is how impressed I am.
Thor ordered the stickers right now.
I don't.
Right now.
So I called Mike. Or I texted Mike yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, can I get Drake's phone number? Because he's the guy that does Mike's rap." And I was gonna see because Mike had asked if I wanted to try to design it. And I was like, "Hey, can I get Drake's number?" Mike instantly calls me. What do you need Drake's number for?
I don't know what he's planning.
Like instantly.
First off, there's two reasons. It's hard to get a hold of the guy.
Maybe for you.
At least you didn't get the stepdad title, Jesse.
I don't know. I did call you because I was like, well, what the heck does he want Drake's number for? I'll give it. But here's the thing is like, I'm not really into giving people's cell phone numbers out.
You could have given me his business. You could give me his business.
I
number.
only know his cell phone number.
Well,
So I just,
Fort Peck's 2 hours from Williston.
yeah, well, so it's
5,
8 hours
I
from
think.
here, right?
7.
7.5, I think. Is what it
Williston's
said.
5.
But pulling the ice house, it would have been 8.
Yeah.
Because we were going to have to stay in the ice house. Everything changed.
I didn't
so
realize that it
fast.
was that close, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's a world-class fishery that I've never been to. And
let's go next winter.
Well, we are going to. Didn't you just listen? Was he just not?
No, you said you're going this summer.
Oh, I said I'm making it a priority to go next winter and the summer.
All right. Well, I'll
Are
meet
you saying
there.
you're going to come on more fishing trips with us?
Yeah. I will.
I appreciate that.
I will.
I'd rather have BFR there than Travis.
Big. Ooh.
Hey, it'll be
No,
cool.
don't
Dad
talk
can
about
have his own ice house. Thor, you can stay with me and Tabor. It'll be the kids in my ice house and the dad in his own ice house.
it. My wife. See, I told you we have a nurse on call. Don't go by parks or schools. May have cops called. We should just go live and bring this to the local school and see how long it takes for the cops to show up.
We're in Thompson. There's one cop and he's for sure
Hey.
sleeping. Or watching this. He's literally going to just be like, I'm going to make this guy stand there in the cold.
Right. And it
Because
is
I'm
cold.
I'm literally watching this.
Why is it so cold outside? It was
I mean, because we had
75
such a
degrees
warm
on
winter.
Saturday and Sunday, and now it's like February outside.
Because we had such a warm winter.
Look at you being the optimist over there.
I am. You know what it is like? I look at my phone. If it's January and I see a snap from Travis, it's like, why do I live here?
Okay.
I literally called my dad yesterday and I said, hey, who decided that we should live in this part of the country?
Yeah.
Because of a small little snowstorm.
In the middle of April.
It's still April. Like it snowed.
My daughter
in
had
April.
prom on Saturday, and it was like tank top weather. It was gorgeous.
Just give it a week. It'll be back.
And now it's hell zone out there. It's awful. We building igloos.
You know, he skips
Oh.
over that stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I remember the week.
It's like the most mild winter ever.
We had 2 weeks of cold. Like
We did.
I had
We
2
did have
weeks,
2
this-
weeks,
2
but it
weeks
was
this year
20
where I
below.
wore gloves.
The year was it last year or the year before that it was like, I think it was like 8 or 10 weeks that it didn't get above 0. Like it was stupid cold.
Yeah, but then we just adjust.
Yeah, no, I
Our bodies
agree.
just adjust.
I think that was the year we went to Canada, wasn't it?
Mm.
Was it that cold that year, or was it the year before?
It was like
It was really cold when we were up at Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah.
It was like 2 years
Yeah, we
ago.
talked about it on the podcast one day because I was like, so what's the difference between 40 below Celsius and 40 below Fahrenheit? And they're like, nothing, bud. That's where they make it.
Tim's on here.
Timmy,
tonight.
are you on here?
I saw him earlier.
We need to hook up.
Tim, that is not how you sound.
Yeah, you do. You do. I'm sorry. But to preface this, my cousins from Idaho tell me that I talk like I'm from Canada too. So,
Oh,
hey,
hey.
hey there, bud.
Shoot, heck yeah, for anybody.
Shoot, heck yeah, friender, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Might turn it into a loofah.
That's disgusting. Like one of my worries.
Tie it together with twine.
Like, do we got to trim this up just a little bit?
No, rat tail. It's got to go rat tail. We got way more rat tails in the comments. It has to be rat tail.
What are you gonna do? 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 What are you All right. Do we go down to this now or what?
Tim, are you still on here? I mean, what's your thoughts on Letterkenny? You should comment on that. Like, do you guys find that comedic, or I love Letterkenny. I think it's hilarious.
You know, I'm kind of in the middle.
Oh
I
man,
love Letterkenny.
Some of them are really
They-
good.
they
the
lost
last couple
me.
seasons are.
they
Went out to the
lost
bar
me
the other day.
Yeah,
Figure it out. All
it's
right.
like a mushroom in a cornfield.
So we're doing a rat tail.
Rat tail.
So
Headset
we're
up
just
anymore.
leaving just the middle.
Well, it's not like a mohawk. Like you leave a patch like this big at the bottom with a rat tail.
I mean,
That's
that's
what you do.
basic.
You want me to do
This
this?
is
So
basic.
dirty.
Yeah, I
Basically
know.
where we're
I
at.
know.
I do want you to.
All right, hold on.
You got to commentate what's going on because nobody can see.
Let's spin Thor around.
Oh
There's not enough room then.
Yeah.
Spin around, Thor.
Spin around, Thor. Friend or buddy.
I think he got off. He's not responding.
Message him. All right, here we go.
Oh my god, that looks so terrible.
So like,
All right, here's what I need. Here's what I need. Hold on.
Oh,
No, I need this right here. Man, I feel like a beautician right now.
it's going down right now. Oh, that is gross. That is way shorter than the other thing. You have he has a giant head.
Yeah, he does. What size hat do you wear? 8.5?
That is greasy.
Whatever 2 dots is.
Whatever 2 dots is.
You have a good bald head, though. I'll give you that. Right?
Are you hitting on him?
Yep, a little bit.
That sounds like it's pulling.
No. Okay, save my neck while you're at it. Because that's legitimately hard to do by myself.
Do I need to find yourself a wife?
It's hard, not impossible.
Well, thank you for everybody for subscribing for this to happen because
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I mean I prefer the sheep shears.
I just want slack in the shirt.
All right, hold on.
Oh, that's so sick. Are you rounding it now? Like you're really getting in there? Oh yeah. Oh, that is dirty. Hey Laura, will you come out here and braid this?
I can braid. Dude, I have 3 girls. Hold
You're
on.
gonna braid?
Yeah, let's braid it.
Oh no. Well, they're braiding it. Let's talk fishing a little bit. We're going up to the Rainy this weekend to film some sturgeon fishing. So hopefully all the snow and stuff didn't dirty up the water. I know the water got a little dirty last week. And so our expectations are to
So bad.
I just can't even think. It's just so disgusting. But I can't believe you can braid. I'm impressed.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what happens when you have 3 daughters.
We need to get them a headband or something too.
I can't believe you don't know how to braid. Mike.
I have one
There's
daughter.
1 daughter.
I have no daughters and know how to braid.
God, that is so great.
Oh. There was one person that asked us to glue your hair back on.
My cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she wins. He or she or whatever.
Wins what?
I have spray adhesive out in the shop.
Nope. Veto.
Let's start a GoFundMe. If we can get $1,000, Thor will spray adhesive his hair back to his head.
Thor, will you vlog stopping at every pawn shop in Grand Forks tomorrow?
There's 2 of them?
No, I think there's 2 or 3, isn't there? 3, 4.
How long does he have to keep the rat tail? Well, he has to have
1
it
week.
1 week.
Oh my gosh. Look at that candy egg.
Yo, my. Do you need a tie? Do you need a rubber band or something?
Somebody give me a photograph of that.
I got it. I got it. This is terrible. You got it tucked in.
Yeah, pull it out.
Pull that
Show that weave, girl.
Should we just leave his head and not clean it up because looks like our first day in beauty school.
Take the picture.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, 3M adhesive spray that shit.
Mange.
No.
You actually don't look bad with no hair.
I know.
I hate to admit it because I thought you were gonna look way, way worse.
I think the weirdest thing for me in all this is like
I will be tying some hair jigs up probably with the
I don't have any shell
the
shock
floor.
right now.
I know, like I'm a little bit let down. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be way better.
Yeah.
Shave him down to the rat tail on the soul patch. Have
Just looking for bass.
bass guitar
and a new garage band. First new garage band.
It's more of a Jimmy Buffett band than a garage band, though.
I mean, the tail's coming out. We need to find you a rubber band.
Yeah, I'm just not that into split ends, though, to have you put a rubber band in it.
What's that mean?
When you use rubber bands to tie your hair, you get split ends.
So you're worried
He's
about
being a diva. He's being a diva. He has 14 strands of hair left, and he wants to maintain those.
which is going to get shaved anyway.
We don't know that. We got to see how the public takes
Hey,
it.
if I was 32-year-old gal, I'd take a run at him.
It's like Officer Farva.
Hey, Thor doesn't need any more confidence, Brad.
You have a Dapper Dan for sale.
These guys even want to talk fishing, or did we come on and do what we're doing? I'm just so like,
I mean, I think this episode is shot just because of the excitement of.
I mean,
head
the episode
shaving.
was just titled "The Real Talk Live."
yeah.
Yeah.
Shearing.
Oh my gosh! But we have we should just get off because it's oh my god, I'm just a little bit freaked out. You should need to clean your hair up.
What are you talking about? Look
Well,
great.
there
from
is
here.
definitely like
There's a
Yeah,
substantial
a
line.
substantial line back there that this looks terrible.
I think we should leave it.
You guys did not do a good job in general.
Well, let's get the sheep shears going again.
The sheep shears are not going to do a better job. That's what this is from. That's
No,
why
no.
there's still clumps here.
We just got to turn her up.
No.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'll take care of it when I get home.
Well, you guys did it. You, we got to talk fishing. I agree. So, Jake and I ran into something this weekend that I have personally never had happen. I got my kid out. We were fishing a rock pile in 3 feet of water with hundreds of walleyes around us, and we could not get those dang things to bite. What do people do in that situation? We threw it all at them. I mean, jigs we went to spinner baits and topwater frogs. It was like 2 to 3 feet of water, hundreds of walleyes, and maybe they were just in that point of the spawn where they just didn't want to eat. But the most frustrating day I've ever had on the water when you're looking down and there's just fish everywhere. We caught pike.
Throw a Clauser minnow on the fly.
You know, Clausen was out there and he caught one
That's more
on a
than you.
fly. That was more than me.
So,
Matt Medke. He's been fun to watch. But frustrating. I can't even talk fishing because I'm so preoccupied. I'm actually a little nervous sitting next to this creeper. That shirt doesn't help at all.
that's why I picked it.
It's like John Candy. It's good. Great outdoors.
Thanks, Ross. I know.
H to H, does Nick stay hot? I think Nick is in a spot personally, if we can go talk about H to H again, that he's got something super consistent going on, and he's catching all sizes of fish, which those other guys really aren't. I think he caught a 6-pounder and a 5-pounder today amongst a bunch of 2s and 3s. So it's if I had to pick in a bracket right now, Nick would be right in there with that bracket. Now, I like Isaac as well. I don't know what Isaac's game plan was because he just lit it up day one and kind of cooled off yesterday. And then today, which I thought he would have really turned it on today, but maybe that bite that he was on just kind of died off a little bit. But he's a really, really good fisherman. So I think that he'll find a way to figure things out. But with 51 pounds today, and he was fishing against one of my really good buddies, Justin. And Justin put up the second. Think about that. There are 8 guys left. And then on this day, you're teamed up. Or you're not teamed up. You're head-to-head at this point.
Okay.
Head-to-head fishing. So they start with 32. They go down to 8. At 8, it's bracket-style fishing. You're head-to-head.
So it's like 1 versus 8, 2
1
versus 7.
Right, exactly. So Nick was against Justin. Justin got the second biggest weight of the tournament,
Kicked.
but got kicked out. And second biggest weight of the day and got kicked. That has got to be heartbreaking.
What made him get kicked?
Because it's head-to-head at that point, so it's bracket style. So he was going against Nick. So whatever won that one moves on. Now Justin still has a chance, I think, to get third place because they go down to a loser's bracket and then work their way through that. So he still has a chance. I think he'll take that third place spot. I think Nick's going to be hard to beat. I think it's going to be Nick and Isaac in the end. But Jake Lapine is a really good river tournament guy, and he's in there. And I mean, that head-to-head is a lot of fun to watch, and I know a lot of people are watching it. I heard a ridiculous number, like 100,000 people watched it each day the last couple days. So I know when I'm on there watching, there's 14 to 1,600 people live at any time. So that's pretty cool to watch it, and it's totally new in the walleye world. The bass guys have been doing it for a while. In the walleye world, it's a totally new format, and it's really cool how the anglers can sit there. We can talk, or not we, because I'm not a part of it, but the anglers can talk strategy. They can talk what they're doing. It's kind of fun to let people in the inside. And I also heard today that so on the Detroit River, it's mostly a vertical jig or a pulling stick bait thing. Well, these guys come in and they're casting. And then like the guys said,
tell me what a stick bait is.
Kind of like just a long, shallow bait. I call stick bait.
Like a jerk bait?
Yeah, something like that, like a husky jerk type thing, but shallow running. So what they'll do is they'll put like 3-ways on there and a weight dropping down and get their stick bait, troll them. I mean, they'll use baits like we were using in Erie as well, that kind of stuff. But like typically that's what they're doing on the Detroit River, from what I understand. I've only fished the Detroit River once ever in my life. So, or the vertical jig with really heavy jigs. Well, these guys are going out there with smaller jigs and plastics and casting. And they said, so this was day 3. Day 1, they weren't seeing the local guys out there casting. Day 2, they saw a couple of guys. Today, they said there was local guys out there casting all over the place. And they never saw that in pre-fish and that kind of stuff. So I'm sure there was local guys that were out there casting, but definitely a lot more. So it's cool to see that these guys are learning. You know, that was the whole point of this, is to like, and that's probably MLF stuff. Like you can actually learn, right, what's going on, right? And so that's what's really cool about this.
Yeah, I mean, really any televised event, as long as it's live. Because that type of stuff happens with like the Elite Series too. Although typically people try to stay away from where pros are fishing.
But it's been a really cool tournament series that's new. I would say check it out. Watch it for 10 minutes tomorrow. You'll be hooked. I know I put in my pods and my earpods or AirPods or whatever.
Where do you find it at?
H2H Facebook page, and then it'll be live. It's from like 7 o'clock our time to noon, because they fish from 8 to 1. So it's 5 hours of fishing. They're done at 1 o'clock at noon here. So it's kind of fun to watch and just see what those guys are doing and let them talk and let them go. And yesterday got pretty intense right at the end. I think Joe Okada just snuck in. Justin was at like 5th and dropped to 8th. There's a lot of moving going on, and that's the cool thing, is every fish over 2 pounds counts.
Right.
So kind of keeps it interesting, keeps it going, especially for a guy like, well, Thor does a little tournament fishing. You are interested in it, but have never done it.
Right.
It's kind of a cool concept. There's a lot of people watching, a lot of people paying attention, and they're going to some pretty cool lakes this year that I don't know that any tournaments have been on that I know of.
That is my favorite part of the catch and release style tournaments where it's live like that, because you do get to go and fish some different bodies of water. And you can get on like smaller lakes and stuff too. I know that's one of the big advantages with Major League Fishing is that they don't have to fish on the major southern reservoirs all the time, because they'll put, by the time they get down to their last day, they're on their second or third lake, and it's, the top 10 guys fishing, and every fish gets released again.
Well, the other thing that this does is this is 5. I mean, I've partaken in 3 days of tournament fishing, and it's hard enough to keep a bite consistent for 3 days and consistently fish.
Mm-hmm.
When these guys are done, these 8 guys, they're going to have to keep it consistent for 5 days. That's almost impossible.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And
especially, I mean, is it even harder this time of year?
I mean, they're moving,
With the
right? So
spawn?
these fish, the spawn are coming up, they're going up, they're moving back, and you got to find a spot where there's bait. I mean, it's all about bait this time of year. Like everything, bait, in my eyes. If I'm going fishing right now, it's all about bait. So these guys are finding bait, big areas loaded with bait, keeping these fish, they're active, they're feeding, they're hungry. When they spawn, they come back down, and they have one mission, and that's to put the weight back on, to feed, and just keep feeding. So Brian, I guess he didn't fall out. He jumped out. I mean, I didn't see it. I mean, I don't know how cold it was there, but I guarantee that it was miserable for him after that, for sure. With the
Oh
wind
my
and
God,
everything
that
going on.
water's so cold.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying like he either fell in or jumped in. We've only had one person say he jumped in. I need somebody to pull me up a VOD on this one. Somebody find the clip.
Yeah, it's out. It's got to be out there somewhere by now. David Kolb. Do you sit in the boat and dream about fishing? Yes. Thank God that my wife's basically kicks me out of the house to make sure that I don't drive her up a wall. And I don't have a boat yet. I'm waiting for my new battleship.
Mine's full of snow.
So, but Kovash and the guys at look at there. The guys at Kovash Marine, for all your warrior needs, they lend us a boat to go out to Erie, and it'll be soon.
2090.
I do it in the fish house too. That's probably where I do it most, because like in the boat, you get your boat, you get out, you get it going. It's on the water. I don't really do a lot of sitting in the garage with the boat, but the ice house, we didn't have time to do that with the big bite this year because we were already fishing. But even after the big bite was out and we were in it and we were fishing, and we'd pull it in the garage, and I would spend hours in it with my kids, just like watching movies.
It's like a fort.
Yeah,
it's like a winter fort.
Yeah, like Jake and I would just sit there and talk fishing, so I know exactly what it is.
Huh. No, Austin, I'm fine. I'm a little tired, but traumatized, no.
I think we're more traumatized than Thor is.
Now that damn sheep shears is away. But
I'm going to go back and find it. I heard about it. I didn't see it. I'm sure that's the last thing he wants on there. Falling in general would stink.
You know what, though? We had a clip of you falling in, or me falling in. One of us, like a clip that Fish Addictions owned, that we could put on the internet. That'd be dope. Viral
I'm
videos
sure
are
it'll
viral
happen
videos.
at some time.
Viral videos are. I have an idea. Can't tell you.
Oh boy, you're going to push me in.
No. I'm going to hold the camera. I'm going to have somebody else push you in.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Marshall's a big dude. He push you in.
Marshall and I get along too well for that, Thor.
I don't think it would end your friendship.
Fish Addictions Walleye tournament in the works. I mean,
Kind of.
We've talked about like the Fish Donkey app and that kind of stuff, like putting on a Fish Addictions tournament, which would kind of be fun. But we're
Can you imagine?
gonna have a
You
full
know,
tournament
do it.
schedule this summer. Plus, I want to hang out with my family and enjoy Devil's Lake, North Dakota, one of my favorite spots. We got a camper out in that region, so I like going out there with the kids and fishing with Jake and doing all that stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I would it would be awesome to fish a bunch of tournaments with a bunch of people. It'd be a lot of fun. I still getting asked all the time, am I fishing the NWT this year? I am not. I'm fishing the AIM series full time. NWT schedule just didn't work out with my schedule this year. I'm sure I will be back at it next year.
Winner gets their head shaved.
Whoa. I'm losing that one. But
yeah. Wow. At this point, depending on when the tournament is, I could win that. What am out?
all right, boys. Well, let's log off here. We got a special guest next week. He was supposed to come tonight.
And he didn't.
Backed out. He had a bathroom project or something.
Ooh. Brandon's got a good question here, though, before we go.
All right.
Any new lures or gear to be keeping your eye out on this year? Savage
mean,
rods.
Hey, with COVID, has there been any shortages of tackle?
So here's how it's working,
Has there?
right?
Literally everything.
Really?
Just gone. Like, it's not that it's not there.
Yeah.
It's that you got to understand that there's
Well, and there's a lot more pressure on anything outdoors.
the percentage of people fishing
Yep.
is unbelievable. I forgot I was going to give a sneak peek to the Savage rods.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed one that I'm going to break here.
Good start.
So here is the new line. This is called the Battle Tech rod. This is a rod that I help produce, and I'm pretty dang proud of it. This is from Savage. This is going to come out, from what I understand, Runnings is going to have some in store. We will have them with us here at Fish Addictions.
So what kind of, I mean, like being you're an avid part of this right here.
Yep.
What do you
Integral,
tell them
not
that
avid.
you want? What are you looking for in a long rod?
So it depends on what I'm doing.
Right. But this is going to be a walleye rod, right?
This jig in general, and walleye, all the different presentations. And that's
Okay.
what I like having here, because this question is like very something that we would just look over. This is a 6.3 medium light, and I would use this rod for vertical jigging, primarily vertical jigging, straight up and down,
Okay.
kind of control the fish. And what I look for is a couple things. Balance of the rod, because fishing all day, especially in a tournament, and you're doing the same thing all day long, if your rod isn't balanced, you're going to feel that through your whole arm by the end of the day. Like,
Okay.
you can't fish. Another thing is I personally like a fast tip, just to keep those fish hooked
Yep.
up. And I'm not going to be casting this rod. I personally like a 7 or 7.3 to cast, which we're going to have. We're going to have this 6.3 in a medium and a medium light. We're going to have a 7 foot in a medium light. We're going to have a 7.3 in a medium light. And they're all going to be that fast action. And I like that just for hookup, keeping a fish hooked up.
Okay.
It just helps you with that. For me, that's what I prefer. And again, I had a big say in what was going on here. So that's what I did. The only thing that's changing on this is we're changing the grip a little bit. It's going to be a little bit darker green, but it's kind of a cool, it's not it's kind of all one color.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Yeah, and we have two different rods. So we have this price point, which is going to be your higher end, and then we're going to have the one size lower, which really the only difference is going to be the eyes on them. It's going to.
Have you said where a guy can buy those at?
So I'm not 100% sure in all stores that they're going to be in. I know I will have them available for people.
Okay.
So you can come to us and buy them from me. I think they're going to be in running stores. I think they're going to be they're going to be all over. It's going to be from what I'm told, they're landing like next week.
Okay.
So we should have them available not too long from now. I'm pretty excited about it, really, because I fished with these rods all year last year and a little bit the year before.
I'm looking forward to the Northland Rumble Monster
You musky fishing guy
or pike.
or pike.
I think it's gonna be a good predator fish.
So I
Giant
discovered
fish.
something last year, and the cat got out of the bag. I had a really good year tournament fishing last year, like in general, and I won all my money on one bait, the Rumblebee. And if you guys don't know that, Northland acquired Bagley, and in that they acquired the Rumblebee, and it's a bait that has an action that nothing else has. I won a lot of money last year on this bait, whether it was Lake of the Woods or Green Bay. It works on Erie. It works every place I went. Sakakawea, we caught a bunch of fish on them. It works. It just purely works. Now, I think they still have the Rumblebee in the Bagley series right now. I think it's going to transition to a Northland series. Now, the Rumble Stick, the first time I really gave that a test was Erie, and we caught a ton of fish on it. And it's got that, it's balsa to begin with, and it's got a different action out there, and it's really erratic, and I really like it. And it's a bait that, for me, I haven't proven in a lot of areas, but it definitely 100% worked on Erie. We caught a lot of fish on it. We had other baits out there, and we said on the last show, the two baits that really did the trick was the Bandit and the Rumble Stick. So I'm a trolling guy. I like to troll with snap weights and lead core and long line and heavy snap weights. I like to troll crankbaits to spinners to everything.
Flipping jigs.
Troy's wondering if you guys have an online store.
We do, and they will be on there.
Did you
Brett's on. Those Rumblebees are, I just cannot believe how many fish. Okay, let's put it this way. In my life, I have fished Lake of the Woods a lot. I've won a ton of money on Lake of the Woods. It's my favorite lake to fish. I have obviously baits that have worked for me for many years. Baits that I trust over and time again. The banana Rumblebee, which if you don't have one, go out and buy it because the banana will not be available. I pretty much switched to using Rumblebees only. And I have my favorite baits. That's, for me, that says a lot. The AIM Championship, we kept down the baits that I've loved forever, but we caught our fish on the Rumblebee. And it's hard to switch from your favorite baits that have worked for you for years. I mean,
especially tournament fishing.
I've got
there's money on the line.
National Walleye Tour Championship trophy over here where I placed 4th, and that was not one on the Rumblebee. That was one on my favorite bait of many years. And
that's how it keeps not saying what that bait is.
Fisherman's secrets.
I gotta keep something.
Secrets.
That Rumblebee, I cannot wait for Northland to release all the new colors of the Rumblebees and that kind of stuff. But that bait is phenomenal. One of the best baits I think you can pull. And I've shared that secret with a few of the guys that fish National Walleye Tour and kept in contact with them because I want to see what that bait's doing all over the place. Because for me as a tournament angler, I want to know, does it work here? Does it work there? Does it work here? And those guys are all coming back and saying it's catching.
Clean or dirty water?
It's just catching in general.
Just a good
different colors, but the bait itself is catching. So
that
I don't know, and I got to thank my good buddy Tony because he was the one that tied me on to the Rumblebees. But
so it's funny that you say that. Like you wanted to figure out, like how well it works for other people. So Garrett Paquette started doing a study in 2017 to see what on the Elite Series what wins money. And his favorite way to fish has been the lipless crankbait for his entire life. Less than 1% of top 10s.
Sorry, Brett.
On the Elite Series have come on a lipless crankbait. So it's like, okay, so what do you do then? 27% of top 10s have come on a like flipping or pitching. But the number 3 is giant swim baits. It's like looking at what's been winning top 10s for him has changed the way that he's fished.
Do you know that one of my favorite ways to troll on Lake of the Woods is a swim bait?
I've been told that.
All right, fill me in. What's the difference between a swim bait and a stick bait?
A swim bait is a bigger lead head jig with a plastic tied to it.
Okay.
Or not tied to it, but hooked onto it. So it's like
a paddle tail.
Like what we were casting out on Devil's Lake last
spring
year,
fishing?
just bigger.
There's a little one laying
And so I'll put that on lead core. I'll put that on snap weights. Lead core and snap weights is how I fish it. I'm not going to tell people how I fish it on lead core and snap weights, but I'm telling you, play around with the swim bait, especially on Lake of the Woods. And it's really, here's a little trick. It's really, really good in the trees on Devil's Lake.
Okay. Just a jig head. Just tossing these things in there on a jig head.
No, you're trolling them.
Trolling them.
There's lots
off of a bottom bouncer or no?
He's not going to share that
Snap
publicly.
Snap weight. Okay.
I'm using a snap weight, but I have found like one of the big tricks is how far behind that snap weight you do it, because I'm thinking if you have too much out, it's really erratic and it's really doing it. So I found
your
that
line's got to be a certain tightness.
yeah, like
it.
if you give it too much, it's really erratic. You don't catch the fish. And I've had the opportunity to sit there and just, because we were on Devil's Lake last year, so I really played with this a lot.
How often do you, as a pro angler, use live bait?
Oh, I love live bait. I mean, it depends on the situation. If I'm on Devil's Lake, I'm leeching.
Okay.
I have leeches in my boat all the time. If I'm on Lake of the Woods, I don't use any live bait.
Okay.
Really, I'll use a few frozen shiners here and there. This time of year in the river, if you're fishing walleyes, a frozen shiner is a staple in the boat. I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with no live bait tournaments. I think that's a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. I think it evens the playing field a little bit. No, I don't even think so. I like live bait. I don't see a problem with it other than people are concerned about spreading diseases and stuff like that. I don't think it's cheating. We've been fishing with live bait forever and ever and ever. I think it's cool that people don't want to use live bait. I think it's cool that people are, I would say, challenging themselves not to use live bait, because live bait makes it a little easier, because when you're using live bait, it's not so much tricking the fish as it is being where the fish are at.
Yeah.
Where when you're using artificials, you have to get a reactionary bite. So you have to work that bait right. You have to do everything right to make that fish bite. You can't just sit it down there and just You have to do something right to make that fish bite.
I just like not having live bait in my boat.
I mean, there's the ease factor, right?
And
the easy cleanup.
Stop. I said as much as I'm going to say about swim baits. It's just, it's something that I've spent a lot of time doing. And I will say this, that when that swim bait goes, it's nuts, and it's big fish only. Like, I don't catch a lot of small walleyes on Lake of the Woods. On Devil's Lake, same thing. And I mean, you can use it in the trees. You can use it rocks, because you're not sitting down there with two, three treble hooks hitting the bottom, doing stuff. You can get away with more with it. And I do have to quit talking on it, because it's one of those things that it's a lot.
Were you raised on? I mean, like fishing with your grandpa? Were you raised on bottom bouncer and a Lindy rig?
Mm-hmm. We fished a lot of river stuff. We fished a lot of jigs and twister tails. My grandpa was big on no bait, live bait, and this was, hell, I'm 37 years old, so this was 30 years ago,
right,
where we were catching walleyes with just a white jig and a white twister tail. That's it, and we'd go out there and fish. And so, I mean, the live bait.
So he was probably pretty progressive too. I mean, if he wasn't.
Yeah, when you think about it now,
snaking a worm through on a Lindy rig.
Yeah, when you think about it now, for sure, he thought about that stuff, and for him, it was all about efficiency.
Right,
and that's what I think that's what, honestly, when you think about how live bait's gone away in a lot of areas, because it more happened in ice fishing first.
Yeah,
and it was all about efficiency, getting a fish, getting it up, getting right back down there. No rebaiting, no nothing. It's just like, we need to get on top of these fish. We need to get on the top of these fish. Up and down, up and down. And now we're doing it with this. It's all about efficiency.
Right.
And live bait just takes that efficiency away. It may be more effective in some areas, but there's a lot of times that artificials, whether it's crankbaits or whatever, will outfish quality.
Right.
I think a lot of times those bigger fish like the artificials more, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but I just get that feeling. So
I can make a deal here with Brett.
Brett had the opportunity to learn it all, but he was having a baby instead.
Okay, well, we'll forgive him for that. How dare he?
No, right? No.
Let's figure out a time where we can get in the boat with Target Walleye, and we'll put some videos together for people.
Brett is welcome in my boat any day of the week.
Brett, set it up. Mike's too busy and he's gonna forget, and that's gonna make me sad.
No.
So I need
All
to
right.
trim up the rest of my hair.
We got our fishing in talking. That was good. I like
was
talking about that stuff.
We did get sidetracked, but
I'm trolling. I'm a trolling guy. I love, like, my weakness is casting. Like, I like swim baits. I like jigs. I have fun doing it. I'm fine with it. But my weakness has always been the, like, shiver minnows and jigging wraps and that kind of stuff. So the last 2 years, I've really worked hard on that, especially out at Devil's Lake, which is a great place to do it. And I think I've gotten better. I don't know. I guess we'll have to put it to the test. I haven't had a chance right now.
Right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah. It's fun to talk fishing.
thanks for the haircut.
You know what we
Or-
haven't done for a while, and because we've been so busy. Last time we did this, it was good. Send your questions in, what you want us to talk about. We're open to talk about anything, guys. We're just three guys that love to fish, love to hang out, and love to talk to you guys. So, check Target Walleye out. Brett and those guys, they know what's going on. And so every once in a while, you might see this ugly mug on there. You know, he's nice enough to throw
Not
me
this
up
one.
there once in a while. Not with that hair. So. Go check Target Walleye out. Those guys, obviously,
We have the
that's
same hair now.
so much information with what's going on, and it's very current. And ice fishing time, they have a lot of good ice fishing stuff. This is Fish Addictions, the real talk, and we're out. Thanks,
Signing
guys.
off.